When we talk about the medieval period, we have to understand the medieval period was happened when the fall of the Rome, the great dark age. During this period of the time, the dark age, there is no knowledge. The people search for knowledge. Everything was destruction. No economy, no Rome to defend themselves. So what happened? The people will search for knowledge and how they get it together, right? And they create one country, one place to live in a better order. In the past of the time during the period, in this medieval period, right, the people was hunted and they was getting in a war. So what happened then? The Catholic Church was taking control in a great majority part of the lands. In this period of the time, they moved to England, where great part of knowledge happened because some papers get out from Rome was expand around the Europe, go to the Rome, go to the England, and when they go to the England, they get together with these monks and they start to create books. One of the great books that was created in that time was the Book of Knowledge. What does the Book of Knowledge means? The Book of Knowledge means that a group of the ideas, materials with in different areas like mathematics, physics, sociology, philosophy, and religion. With this book of knowledge, they was responsible to help people to understand how to create things, how things was made. But we have to understand by the power of the Catholic Church, it goes hard to get out of this knowledge because the Catholic Church controls the knowledge which informations you couldn't put in the book. We felt this writing information was hard to create one, how I can explain that for you understand, like one great computer for the first time. The librarians was responsible to have these books of knowledge. The books didn't have names, they didn't separate, but they was able to conform, they was wrote these books to gather this information. And these librarians were just monks in search of group of people had this knowledge. The monks, after they write these books, they will share with another monks in different language in areas. So the monks, they knew how to read and write during this period of the time. So with this time, they couldn't gather, right, and teach themselves in different areas. So they start to grow and grow and grow. So the Catholic Church take advantage of the situation. It charged the kings with this knowledge to understand about the areas where they believe could be taught. Nostradamus, he was one of the men responsible for this knowledge. Nostradamus, someone talk about Nostradamus in that time, he was like a witch man. Because by the fact that he couldn't see the future, the fact that Nostradamus couldn't see things and other people could not see. The Catholic Church was like a fear of the Nostradamus by the knowledge which he had in that time. Nostradamus was responsible for different areas like physics, philosophy. He was responsible for mathematics. And one important out of the computer sciences, he could help us to create something that today we use in different areas, like a cryptology. Nostradamus couldn't get the information in his dreams, transform in that the way we couldn't see. But he knew that he was prosecution by Catholic Church. He couldn't, lost his life. Then what he did, he cryptographed the way just such amount of people knew what he talked about. Nostradamus was help us to understand how we can change things, the meaning of these things, like in mathematics, and how you can, for example, get the number 3, it transforms in A, and is a could transform in another symbol, but to become one phrase where just these people, Nostradamus' friends, or could be, I pass information for you, you know what this meaning. With you take a risk of lost your life, because in that period of time, the prosecution and the prosecution of the people was hard, because Catholic Church control of that. She took control, so Nostradamus was able to cryptograph all the information. He put it in books. These books to become secret until 1986, when a group of people was able to get these books, open the books, and cryptograph these informations the way we understand. One of these men who would help us to understand a little bit more in the end of the period of the medieval time was Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci was a little bit different. He wanted to share the knowledge with everyone. But Leonardo da Vinci was a little bit ahead of that, because he knew how to draw very well. So Leonardo da Vinci was famous here from Italy. He was made jobs for the king, including Catholic Church. In the terms of the cryptograph and the past information that we can see in his movie, the Da Vinci Code, with Tom Hanks, where Tom Hanks was able to keep the cryptograph with the group of the letters and numbers and meanings and symbol. So for you understand that the computer, it works like that way. The computer has more than 10 million characters different. He can receive numbers, letters, and symbols from different meanings. And when the Da Vinci get these numbers, get these symbols, he transformed in another part of the cryptograph. He let just these friends continue on to know the since Nostradamus, at the beginning of the wars in the medieval period, until the end of time. Until today, people don't understand how the Da Vinci was able to do that. So because of that, the people the search in great librarians, like in that time we can call these the great computers, where they have a lot of this information to understand how the Da Vinci created, for example, Mona Lisa was made, like the Madonna of the Rocks, the paintings. So the Da Vinci was able to gather this information. It transformed the way the people could understand the power of the meanings. The meanings change during the search of time, because when we translate the form, our brain can understand in a better way. But this man was keeping the basic, the foundation of the knowledge. Without this man, it will become hard for you to understand where the computers and that was created for the first time, where the basic of the cryptology came, how the numbers changed to symbols, and who controlled the knowledge of that time. So some questions that on those days we can search for these knowledges. We'll be able. So if we have a computer today, because some of these men create the form on paper. So if we have today some gathering of the intelligence, therefore, because these men start to change the meanings. If the meanings for another people is different, for example, right, you can get one A, you look at that and say this is normal A, but for who the information has to be received, you know that A is a symbol of a lot of information in different areas. Cool?